Smarterfan.
Hey everybody, welcome to another segment of Smarterfan Podcast, where we put you behind the veil of sports, business, and life. I'm Joe, and this is Barry. What's going on, Barry?
Well, there used to be a song that I heard as a child, Joe. Money, money, money.
Oh, yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
That's the new song that the owners of all these sports leagues and franchises are singing right now.
Oh, yeah. You know that.
Some folk got a $300 million deposit today, Joe. Ain't played one NFL game. They just got it. Woke up and it was $300 million in the account.
Yeah, imagine that.
Must be nice.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to talk about some money tonight. We're going to talk about it. How you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, I just want to give a shout out to our friends in Indonesia.
All right.
Our friends north of the border in Canada.
Okay.
And our friends in Colombia and Argentina.
Okay.
And our friends over in Nigeria and Morocco.
Okay, Abuja. Okay, all right, okay.
And our friends in Austria and Jordan.
Okay, my people.
And our friends in Iraq, the United Arab Emirates, and Pakistan.
My Persian people and my Pakistani people.
Thanks for listening, folks. We really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely. We really, really appreciate that, your support. And we just, you guys keep pushing us. You keep listening. You keep pushing us to get better and better and better. So we appreciate you.
Right. So tonight I'm going to talk about a gentleman by the name of William Penn Gates, better known as Pop Gates.
Ah, okay.
So now he was born in Decatur, Alabama, but he moved to New York City, and he was a standout athlete at Benjamin Franklin High School in Harlem. So, and he earned all city honors with the school playing basketball, but he went directly from high school to pro basketball.
Really?
Oh yeah. And he's one of the few athletes to go from a high school championship team to a world professional champion in a single year.
Wow.
Now, he joined the famed New York Renaissance for the 38-39 season. And he was a leading scorer for them in the championship game, you know, with the professional basketball tournament in 1939. So now in 46, he became one of the first African Americans to sign a contract in the National Basketball League with GM Leo Ferris of the Buffalo Bisons. Now, they went on to become the Atlanta Hawks.
Wow.
Yeah. So now this occurred 7 months before Jackie Robinson broke the color line in baseball. So now Ferris would broker the merger between the NBL and the Basketball Association of America, which became the NBA. So
pioneer.
Yeah. So now Gates, he later became a star player and coach for the Harlem Globetrotters in the 50s. You know, and he helped lift the team up to their global fame, you know. So he also coached the Dayton Wrens. Now, he was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in '89. And he's remembered for his brilliant leadership. He had a high coach IQ, you know, and he played in an era where he played with segregated teams. He played on integrated teams.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, he was quite the player. He died in December of '99 at the age of 82.
Wow.
but the man was he was quite a player in his day. You know, his career ranged from the late 30s to the 50s.
That's what I'm counting in my head. I'm like,
Yeah,
he has been playing a long time, and
yeah,
in a lot of different levels.
yes, definitely,
I
definitely.
mean, we're
You
talking
know,
about, yeah, like you said, breaking the color line, integrated teams. He did it all.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Wow, that's amazing.
yeah. So, so sports, you know, and players, you're talking about the money. So what's going on with the money?
Well. I had a lot of between the articles with the basketball and this, that, and the other. My feed brought up something, and I ran into somebody. I don't know about this show, Joe. I can't walk the streets no more. I can't walk
Hmm.
the streets no more. And the conversation got into who's making the money, the owners or the athlete. So the
Right.
guy, the person I was talking to was like, "Oh, the athletes, they're getting signed for all this money," and he's ranting and raving at me. And I
Mm.
said, "Really? You think the players are making the money?" He says, "Well, well, you see these big contracts." I said, "Well, who do you think signing the check? The
Mm.
owner." I said, "Let
Yeah.
me break it down for you. The owners basically they don't make income; they're building wealth
Yes.
with these teams."
Yes.
And he says, what do you mean, man? Prove it. I said, do you know that since Cleveland, the Haslams bought Cleveland, they've made $5 billion with a B
Hmm.
on the purchase of that team? They haven't owned it 20 years. I don't even think they've owned it 10 years.
Hmm.
And they're $5 billion in the black.
Mm. Yeah.
We're not talking winning seasons. They haven't won anything in 20.
Yeah. Really.
He said, really? I said, well, don't stop there. This is what's really going on. The players are actually exchanging time for their health.
Mm. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Definitely.
Literally.
Definitely. Definitely.
So you're seeing this big money, but the reality is they're exchanging it for their health, which if they live long enough, the damage, I keep trying to tell people, the injuries you suffer. Ronnie Lott will never get that finger he cut off.
Mm-mm.
The knee
Nope.
injuries, the back injuries, the neck injuries, the other injuries, the broken ribs, the torn spleens, those things may heal, but they're never the same. And
Mm.
no amount of money can repair it.
And we're not even talking about the CTE.
I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So the guy was kind of shaking his head. So I said, imagine, I'm not saying anything negative against the Haslams, but think about buying something and you're up within 10 years, up 5 billion on your asset.
Mm.
But the player only gets at best, maybe 10 years at best. Right. And so it kind of led me, and I said, I'm gonna say something, but before I say it, I told the guy, I says, this is I was joking at the beginning of the show, but it's true. Many of these owners got a $300 million deposit this week,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's, and what's on top of that are the stadium rights, the media rights, and eventually some of them, the franchise when they sell.
Yeah. Yep.
So, the guy was like, man, you're right. You're absolutely right. The owners are making money on top of money on top of money. Now I said, what really needs to happen
Mm.
is that when a franchise sells, those athletes that were in that era that contributed, whether it was Super Bowls or whatever,
Right.
that increased the value of that franchise, the players of that era should get a taste of that.
They should.
They made it happen. They contributed to you getting this payout, right? And I said, why not? You know what I'm saying? You had a 10-year stint with a team. They went to a couple Super Bowls, maybe won two. You can measure the fan and the money uptake. Why shouldn't those players get a taste
Hmm.
of that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why shouldn't they get That plus some real. It's kind of a shame that there's not a better health post play situation for athletes. These
Oh yeah,
Ferraris.
yeah.
That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I said, well, he's like, oh, Barry, I don't know. That seems like a bit much. I said, do you understand what I'm talking about? It's probably less than $100 million. So the
Hmm.
owner's still going to make billions.
Yeah, you remember the story about Mike Webster when he was living in his car?
Yeah.
You know,
I said,
sad.
think about this. Probably since professional football has started back in the 30s, there may be from then till now, imagine this, maybe 10,000 players who played. He
Hmm.
said, what? I said, go look it up.
Hmm.
Maybe 10,000. That's not a lot of people.
Right. Yeah. No. No.
So you see, I said, do you see the disparity? You got this very unique group who played this sport, built it, but don't get to share in the fruit of it.
Hmm. Yeah.
But they built it on their backs and their bodies.
Yeah. It's always the case.
You know?
Always
And
the
he
case.
said, man, Barry, you're right. Money, money, money. And the owners are
Yeah.
making it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got to
Wow.
do better. Got to do better.
Well, I'm going to switch gears a bit
Come
and
on.
talk about the Final Four because
Yeah.
I want to put this in perspective, okay?
Okay. What you got?
Because the women, South Carolina, first of all, they upset UConn,
Yeah.
right? And Gina and Dawn Staley got into it. Gina and Dawn,
He
they
got
got
his,
into it.
yeah, he got his feelings hurt.
Yeah, but she said, "I'll whoop his ass."
Yeah, she's from Philly, bro.
Yeah,
She's from Philly, bro.
that's what she said.
She's from
So
Philly.
now UCLA, they rolled over Texas, which was nobody expected that,
Yeah.
but nothing could have set South Carolina up for the buzzsaw they ran into in UCLA.
Yeah, I have to go watch this game. Everybody's telling me UCLA put it on South Carolina. If I was a betting man, Joe, I lost a lot of money.
They jumped out to an 11-point lead and never looked back.
Wow.
They never used South Carolina was never in this game. I mean, they were just got out hustled, out rebounded. Their shots were off. I mean,
That's what Coach Staley was saying. She didn't make no excuses at the mic. She was like, "We ain't show up. We ain't come today."
no. That big girl, Lauren Betts, she was doing it all.
Wow.
I mean, I couldn't believe it. This girl is 6'7".
Really?
I said she's as tall as Aaron Judge.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. You know,
She
she
did. Ooh.
she got a most outstanding player.
Is she coming out?
I think so because they think that, yeah, actually they said all the seniors did the scoring, and they said their starting five is going into the WNBA draft.
Well, the way they played, yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta watch this game. I gotta watch this game.
I mean,
Oh man, I lost so much money because I thought South Carolina was come on, dog.
yeah, yeah. But they ran into a buzzsaw. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost by 28.
Oh, so I said, oh, okay. So Dawn took her beating. She took her
Yeah.
beating. She said, well, it wasn't our night.
No, I think they were spent from playing UConn. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, I would agree with you with that. I think a lot of the traveling
Mm,
is plays a factor in it,
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I doubt these girls are on any. They should be having a recovery program, right? It would make sense. But
Right.
I think someone spoke up to about that they
Yeah.
need to come up with a better format that you're not doing all this traveling
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that takes a toll,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And because I mean, you think about that UConn game, that took a lot. You need probably about a week or two to recover.
I'm telling you, man. Now the UConn men, Now they took care of Illinois, you know, and that was a struggle, but they took care of them, you know. But man, you know, now Michigan, they just steamrolled Arizona.
They did?
I mean, 91-73.
Man, I better go watch these games.
You know, so now the Michigan UConn game. I mean, man, oh man, that was a crazy game.
Really?
Yeah, it started off slow, you know, and UConn controlled the tempo in the early going, but then man, Michigan just took over, and that was it.
That was it.
Yeah, they beat them 69-63. But,
yeah, Michigan's long and athletic. That's tough.
Yeah. Well, this was their first championship since '89.
Wow.
Yeah. So, you know, but they had no answer for that kid, Uday Mara.
Oh, really?
That tall kid. He was just taking care of the rim. They couldn't do nothing with him. You know. So, but yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game, and yeah.
Well, you know, I've been rocking my hat.
Yeah. So now, on a side note, your girl Angel Reese got traded to the Atlanta Dream.
Yeah, they got to get into a real market.
Yeah. So
she got to get to a real market that she can make some money and make some money for the league.
Yeah.
They got to get into a real market.
So Chicago gets two first-round draft picks.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago, as strange as it may sound, is not really a media spot.
Yeah.
Because it's the Midwest.
Right.
It's LA or New York, baby.
Yeah.
Atlanta's coming, you probably put second because it's in the South. But yeah.
So she's going to be playing with Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, if they can find some chemistry.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how that plays out. So now you alluded to this before about the Hall of Fame being political.
Yeah, I did a little deep dive. I want to share something, throw this out to you. Is the Hall of Fame political? Here's proof. Selection is by actually a very small group of media honchos. That's a problem.
Yeah.
2, true or false? Well, it's really true. The narrative has to be a certain way for a player to get into the Hall. So you could have the numbers, but if there's not a narrative, and if you haven't been necessarily friendly to this media group, guess what? You have to wait. Right? So that's why you see Dion really pushing for Hester to get in, Roger Staubach pushing for Drew Pearson to get in. Why?
Right.
Because it gets a lot of eyeballs to offset this small group that no one knows who makes all these decisions and probably never play. Don't get me started, Joe. Don't get me started.
Well, you know it's a crime that Darren Woodson's not in.
Yeah, that doesn't even make any sense.
It's a crime. So
right. It's like, how is he? Anyway, then the last piece, and I just have to repeat it, is that media relations, how you handle the media, influences whether you get in or how long you got to wait.
Yeah.
Which I think makes absolutely no sense. Who should be determining who gets in? Former players, former coaches.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
A small media group, but it shouldn't be just a small core media group that no one knows. And clearly, based on what just happened with Belichick, they're unqualified.
Yeah.
Allowing their personal whatever to get in the way of greatness. What more than a man can do? He got 6 Super Bowls with one team. I think he got 2 or 3 with the Giants.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, what is the yardstick here? And it shouldn't be whoever smooths over your ego because you're in the media. No, it's not even about you. It's
Yeah.
about the athlete. It's about the fans. These are the things that ruin the game.
Yeah, because look how long it took for Art Monk to get in.
Again,
You know.
you're sitting there going like, well, why is he not in? Right? You got the numbers, da 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 da. Then you got other people. They don't understand. It ruins the integrity. Like,
Mm.
how do you win 6 Super Bowls and you don't get in first ballot? That's personal.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
it is.
personal. That
It
has
is.
nothing to do with football.
No.
And you
No.
and you tarnish, as many people say, you tarnish really what's special about the hall. You
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
Because when you start seeing people ain't supposed to be up in there,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like who?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't know they played. You got a problem. You got a problem.
Yeah. So
You
it's
know what I mean? You're ruining the game. But this is what happens when you have people who don't really love the game or they're in it for other ulterior motives
yes.
and they're just ruining it. I don't even know who voted that. Why would you have strictly media group? It doesn't even make any sense. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. I mean, everybody saw how Belichick was with the press.
And that's his right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And these some of these press people expect you to bow down and kiss the ring. The game is not about you.
Mm-mm.
The game is not about you. The
Yeah.
game is about the athlete.
It sure is. It sure is.
And I think a lot of it's rooted in jealousy and envy. That's why that whole Tim Carver thing with Dion was
Mm.
nothing but ego on Tim Carver. I mean, the man literally died, and Major League Baseball basically didn't even say anything.
Tim McCarver. Yeah.
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 I mean, I thought that was like, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. You played it, you announced it, and you came to your end of the days, and they barely even acknowledged your passing.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
speaks to who he was.
Yep. So, anyway, I just want to touch on the NHL because that gets put on a back burner a lot. You
How you
know,
mean?
well, with so much going on with baseball starting up and
Oh yeah,
basketball, the
oh yeah.
heating up and everything. So now the Buffalo Sabres they finally broke their 14-year curse and they clinched the playoff spot.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. You know, now they're right behind Tampa Bay for the home uh, ice advantage. You know, throughout the playoffs, I would think. You know,
Hmm.
so now the Carolina Hurricanes they clinched the Metropolitan Division, and they're a team to be reckoned with.
Hmm.
And if
Wow.
they're just behind Boston. Now,
Hmm.
the Canadians, they're making their mark, and this is good for Canada because, like I said, that's their flagship team.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in the mix. The Ottawa Senators are in the wild card along with Columbus, the Islanders, and the Red Wings. They're battling it out for that.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Avalanche they could clinch the Western Conference.
Okay.
With a win over St. Louis, and they got a shot at the President's Trophy.
Really?
Yeah. So uh, now Edmonton is in the mix along with the Anaheim Ducks. They're like in a dead heat, and the Golden Knights are right on their asses. So
Mm.
you know, now
It's
the
getting hot.
Wild,
It's getting
yeah,
hot.
yeah, it is. It definitely is. Now the Utah Mammoth, they're the expansion team. Uh,
Okay.
they're in it with the Los Angeles Kings right now, and the Sharks are right behind them. So
Golly, it's tight, Joe.
yeah, so the picture is really taking shape now. You know, so uh, and the Devils they're on the bubble right now,
Mm-hmm.
and the Rangers they're out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Now, what's strange about the Islanders is they're in the mix, but they just fired their coach.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they just fired Patrick Roy. So,
Man, that must have been really bad for them to do that.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I think they were on a 4-game losing streak at the time, but they're still in the mix. So
they must have a plan.
Well, we can only hope, otherwise
That's
it's gonna be
crazy.
yeah. So we'll have to see how all this plays out, but it's getting very, very interesting right now.
I would say, Joe, that's something. Man, it's cooking. I can smell the pots banging in the kitchen.
That's right. That's right. So we'll have to see how it plays out, but right now we're out of time.
What?
Yeah, man.
Come on,
it's that time.
Already?
Yeah.
Man, what's going on? Okay, all right. Let me put myself together. Well, listen, let me give a shout out to the rest of the family. Man, we hit a big stride. We're growing faster and faster. We want to thank our people from Vietnam and Cambodia, our family in Bangladesh, our family in India, Romania, Lithuania, Sweden, Germany, Spain, Venezuela, and good old USA.
That's right.
Man, we love you guys. We love you. We appreciate you. Give us, I think by the end of the month, hopefully, our landing page website will be up. And we're excited so that you guys can email us and give us topics you want to hear us talk about and all kinds of good stuff. And we can start giving away some prizes and some other stuff we've got on the burner. So as we always say, Joe,
stay in the game.
Stay in the game, folks, and see you next week on Smarterfan Podcast.
Good night, all.
Good night. Be well.